development programs often offer technical solutions to address fundamentally political problems. As part of the good governance paradigm, accountability initiatives are assumed to amplify citizen voices and enhance feedback loops to improve service delivery, and filling information gaps between state and citizens. But how do citizens navigate the social and political power hierarchies to make claims on the state? How effective are these efforts to improve governance of service delivery? And does characteristics of services affect citizen ability to demand accountability? My thesis examines these questions in social protection and education policies in Uganda. I argue that accountability initiatives are often depoliticized, overlooking the complex and unequal political and social structures embedded in the Global South. 4 preliminary takeaways from my fieldwork to unpack this argument. First, a paradox of fear and empowerment was evident among recipients of cash transfer programs. You see a picture from my fieldwork here on the screen. Some viewed the grants as a government gift and feared complaining to avoid retaliation, while others openly asserted the right for social protection, emphasizing their paid taxes and the conflict historical legacy. This finding complicates the linear assumption that accountability initiatives in social protection programs will directly improve state-citizen relation. Second, the adoption of digital approaches worsen existing inequalities in both sectors. Older people face challenges in obtaining digital biometrics and national identification cards required for program enrollment. But similarly, primary students also struggle to access online learning during COVID time, hindering their educational progress. So in both cases, citizens were unable to acquire quality public services despite the service nature. Third, the increasing privatization of service delivery blurs the notion of accountability between state and citizens. During cash transfers, conflicts often between local administrative staff and bank personnel occurred over payment, often diffused responsibility, making it difficult to uphold the principle of answerability when things goes wrong. Finally, in Uganda, patrimonial political discourses remain influential in social policy implementation. Decisions such as whether to expand the cash transfer program nationwide to all districts, or promote education, universal primary education as free, despite the financial burden on parents, were shaped by political elite seeking to foster patronage politics. These findings are based on 5 months of field work and data collection across 5 districts in northern Uganda, a region long affected by exclusion and crisis, including civil war, an influx of refugees, and high poverty rate. I used a multi-method approach combining key informant interviews, focus group discussions, and surveys to collect my data. Finally, these findings should also be seen in a context where Ugandan government spending on social policies has been stagnant and even declined over time. Rising debt levels and austerity measures tied to agreements with financial institutions like the IMF have further restricted social policy spending. This year, around 57% of the Ugandan budget is allocated for debt repayment, which significantly exceeds the combined budget allocation for health, education, and social protection. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to our discussion.